prototype here. So the prototype that I'm using, I can't give any specific names to it, but just so you're aware, the cutout at the bottom essentially is acting as a throat. That just got approved by the USAPA. So just so you're aware, I would assume that in the next year or so, there's going to be a lot more paddle manufacturers out there that are making paddles with a throat at the bottom, or maybe a throat elsewhere. I have no idea. But I would assume you take a look at other racket technology, tennis rackets, racquetball, squash, badminton. They all have a throat, or they all have a, I guess, throat by the neck area. So essentially, it's supposed to help the swing speed, make the paddle a little lighter, make it move through the air a little quicker, make it move through the air a bit more freely. Helps it be a bit more aerodynamic. All in all, it generally just helps the swing speed. Now, with that prototype that I'm using, it sounds a lot different. Why? It's because there's a much different core to it. And for all of the people that are extremely interested in that paddle, it is best of both worlds. It has a very large forgiving hitting zone. I would say the softness feels like an amped, but the power packs a punch like an Electrum, or like the new Engage, like the new all black Engage, or a Pro Connects, or I guess, sorry, one of the livelier, or the Poppy or Pro Connects paddles. So one-stop shopping, plenty of feel, very forgiving hitting zone. It has good spin, and on top of that, it's got some easy, lively, realistic power. Why I say realistic is because there's a lot of powers out. There's a lot of power. So there's a lot of paddles out there that have a lot of unrealistic power, meaning that it has that trampoline effect, and there's not much spin on the paddle. And so with the trampoline effect, it's very feely touchy, and it's tough to really keep the ball down because of the trampoline effect, and because you really get no grit on the paddle. The paddle that I'm using, the prototype, does not do that. It is not unrealistic. It has realistic power where it doesn't have that like springy eject power off of the face. It stays on the face pretty long. Yes, it's poppy, but it has good spin. So yes, it does pop off the paddle to a certain degree, but the spin allows you to keep the ball down. That was something that I was really shooting for with this prototype, is that I didn't have to slow my swing down. I didn't have to second guess my soft game. And with the power, I was able to get power by swinging and trusting my swing, but using the skin so I can get more spin and really bring the ball down. I think there's a lot of power paddles out there right now that have way too much trampoline effect or way too much spring and not enough spin, and so you kind of get this unrealistic power, and it's tough to really play with paddles like that because it's tough to keep the ball down, because in order for you to get power, it's really tough to swing. And so all in all, I was looking for a power paddle where it had good spin. I could still swing. I could trust my swing. And at the end of the day, I didn't want to second guess my soft game. I still wanted that big forgiving hitting zone, and best of both worlds. So I think there's a lot of Selkirk supporters out there, a lot of Selkirk lovers out there, and maybe a lot of non-Selkirk lovers, because Selkirk has never made a power paddle. And for the longest time, I've been kind of knocking at the door, telling Rob and Mike that we're kind of missing out on a piece of the market. And there's a lot of players out there that are looking for a bit more pop. And obviously, Selkirk has never produced a paddle that had best of both worlds, but in the power category, never had a paddle that really packed a punch. So I think there's going to be a lot of new players jumping ship with this prototype, and there's going to be a lot of Selkirk supporters or Selkirk lovers that maybe love the Amp line or love the Vanguard line, but are maybe looking to be a bit more aggressive and take over the court a bit more, or do more on your serve, or get more power on your drive. Or if you're insecure with your hands and you're looking to get a bit more pop with your hands, this paddle will definitely help out in that area. So, okay, the shorts that I always wear, and I'm actually wearing. So you haven't lived unless you've worn some chubby shorts. So all the Sky shorts are chubbies. All the Ty shorts are chubbies. All of my shorts are chubbies. They have swim shorts. They have athletic wear. They have 5.5 inch. They have the 7 inch. If you're like me, I go medium 5.5. So show off a little leg. I would say that I'm probably built more with my lower extremities than I am with my upper. So I tend to wear my shorties a little shorter, so I can show off those thighs out, or suns out, thighs out. That's what it is. It's actually a Chubby's slogan, or a Chubby's marketing slogan. Suns out, thighs out, baby. Anyhow, if you guys are looking for some fun, cool shorts, I would subscribe to Chubby's newsletter. It's pretty funny. They have a lot of fun, hilarious marketing through their newsletter, and at the end of the day, they got a lot of cool